Okay, so we have 5 different piles, and I want you guys to really focus on which pile that your intuition is calling you to go for. The timestamps will be below, and let's get into it. Okay, for pile number 1, so we have the Ace of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, Five of Swords, Two of Swords, and I will read your overall oracle cards at the end. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm seeing you are someone who doesn't take any time to really cut things out of your life that don't serve you. You're also someone who is able to change perspectives on things pretty well. It says in the Four of Cups right here, you're able to meditate, kind of like really think about a situation, and through that it causes an abundance. So you're also very good at decision making, right? So we kind of have that clarified with Two of Swords. So that's like making a decision. I'm seeing the Ten of Swords, that's ending cycles, starting new cycles. And the Five of Swords is my change in perception, change in thought. So that is your strength. People see you as someone very decisive. You're very good at making decisions. And usually the decisions you make are pretty solid. Considering that you have the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles, which means that is just overall fulfillment, top of the line. So you're very good at making decisions. People probably come to you to, for advice so that you can give them some type of outcome because they trust in your outcome, right? So I also see that maybe the Knight of Pentacles is actually the slowest knight in the deck, but not a bad thing. So I see that with the Four of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles, you may be someone who actually take time to do things. You don't just rush into things. You may, even when you're making a decision, it's not something that's quick, and that's what makes it even more important, kind of like even more better. So you're very good at making decisions, and you may not, it's not going to take you like 2 minutes or a couple minutes or even a day. You may have to think about things. You may be that person. I see you probably are. I have earth signs, air signs, maybe a water sign. I don't really see that. I just see you like really kind of probably a very intellectual person. You very think things through a lot. You may be in your head a lot sometimes, but ultimately that kind of helps you make the best decision. So for your overall cards, we have friendship. People see you as a very good friend. You're very valuable, very loyal. Loyal. Hope. People see you as someone very hopeful, right? You could be that person where no one could give them like, kind of a good outcome, but they come to you and like, boom, you have it right there. So you're very hopeful, very optimistic, a very good friend. People see that. You may love music. You may be a musician, something to do with music. Very creative, right? You take your time on things, the things that you love, right? But yet you're still kind of like practical. You're not like overdoing it. People find that like basically you have a balance between being optimistic and being kind of like in your head and out your head. You could be very dreamy, but yet it's very dang, I can't think about the word. You're a dreamy person, yet it's very balanced with practicality, right? And that's your strength. Very decisive person. People see you almost as coming to the rescue, right? Very good at making decisions, very good at making moves and pursuing them, right? Kind of like turning things to gold, silver to gold. You see all this gold, 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 gold. So ultimately, whatever decision you make will be gold, right? So those are your strengths. Pile number 1, that's all I have for you. This is going to be a quick reading. Okay, so if you picked pile number 2, I'm loving your pile already. We haven't even got into it. And by the way, you guys, these are not, like, I don't look at these before I tell you guys. So let's get into it. Right off the bat, I see you are a highly awakened individual, or you have just awakened. You're an awakened individual. You're very wise. I see this with the Sun card and the High Priestess. This is a card of great intuition. Basically, you're awake as hell. You're aware, right? You know what's going on around you. And then that kind of like justifies with the Sun card, right? Like, it's like you're nurturing. You kind of nurture the things around you, the things you care about, right? Very nurturing person, charismatic person, empath, intuitive gifts, psychic gifts even. People see you as a very long-term, stable person. They even see you as a very grounded and balanced person. I don't know if you have just got out of some type of tough cycle, but people see that you've been going through some type of rebirth, or you're able to bounce back from anything. They know that if they call on you, you'll be there, right? So they see you. People also see you as kind of very magical, mystical, mysterious, but they like you. You bring joy to people's life. You make them feel comfortable, grounded. You kind of give people this, I want to say knowledge, right? Because the Sun is enlightenment, right? And this is intuition. This is kind of like a teacher. So you kind of give people this this knowledge, whereas they can kind of rebirth themselves. They can kind of transition their situations, or maybe people see you as this way. You are able to transition any situation into something totally different, but something totally better, right? Sorry, I'm dropping cards. And we have come together. So I see with the come together, let's read it. I forgot to do this for the last people. I feel bad, guys. It says, fairies like to be busy, and a group of them is showing you that many hands make light work. Working as a team helps you get the job done. It has like a glow. Okay. So basically, I see with the come together in the world card that basically you kind of bring people together. People see you as someone that's really fun to go out with. They like to go out with you. They see you as someone really mysterious, but not in like a kind of a dark way, but kind of like, you know, a good way. They see you very earthy. You could be an earth sign. Yeah, you could very well be an earth sign. You could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And you could be a fire sign. But we have come together, right? 4 of Pentacles, stability. People feel stable, comfortable around you, right? You're comforting. And it's like people know you have the answers. Flourish is your next card. The Lotus Flower Fairy tells you to learn from experience and shed your inner light on any unclear areas of your life. Okay, so that's what I was kind of getting with the Death card. Like, you've been through things in your life, but you've ultimately taken those things and you flip them around to something better, and something that you like, kind of like makes you very happy, makes you feel that whole. And this is why you're able to make other people feel that way, because it's like, this is kind of like the aura you're carrying. You're embodying this, you know? It's one thing to know knowledge, but it's another thing to embody it, right? And then the last card we have is flourish. So yeah, like you take anything, any obstacle, and it can be dead. You'll transition it, and now it's the world, right? Even with power one, I kind of said turning things to gold, but more of you already are gold. Like people see there's just something about you, right? Very earthy, right? Probably really centered in your heart chakra, sacral chakra. It's really balanced, lost and found. Like, yeah, you help people find things that were hidden within themselves. You kind of like help people bring out their inner power because you've done that. So maybe even this is before you were kind of lost, and now people see that you're found and they see this new rebirth in you, and it's kind of amazing. I'm feeling like, wow, that's amazing. Let me read this to you. What was once lost is about to be found thanks to the lost and found fairy. Sometimes she can help us find things we never even realized were lost. So yeah. So people see you as an overall very powerful, bright, stable, balanced, happy person. Automatically, with the sun being your first card, you make people feel real happy. You're a very cheerful person to be around, right? People just feel like there's something about you. You could even inspire other people to do the same, to kind of like go within, and you inspire we're not gonna get into it. You inspire people to be their authentic selves around you, and they know that they can be their authentic selves around you because you are your authentic self, right? So, pal 2, that is what's most powerful about you. I wish you the best. Like, comment, subscribe. And okay, pal 3. Off top, I'm getting a couple different messages from this. So, you could be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, water sign. You could be a Libra. You could be an air sign. And I have a lot of Pisces energy in this because the hangman is the Pisces. You could also be a Taurus, Leo. Okay, so up top, I see that you're a very caring person. You are a very caring and wise person. You may even be a very spiritual or religious person, because I see this with the hangman, the high priest, and the Queen of Cups. The hangman is like spiritual enlightenment. This is also like okay, so like the hangman is a spiritual enlightenment. This is also kind of being able to like step back and think about things and kind of like be in your own zone, differently from the hermit, whereas you're seeking knowledge. This is kind of like thinking through things, kind of like thinking through the things you have. Okay, so off top, what makes you powerful is you've went through things and you have rocked it. I see that from 7 of Swords. This is deceit. I see that from 7 of Wands. This is competition, like fighting, war. I see this with Judgment, though, that some higher order, or you could even be that higher order that steps in and becomes like the bigger person. That's why I say maybe you're very spiritual, religious, because you do have that duality inside you to pick the better good of situations. So you're very good at that. You see right through bullshit. You see right through people's shit, people's lies, people's deceit. And you're able to kind of come out with an overall picture of the situation, an overall perception of the situation, but in a very loving way. So with the Queen of Cups, is very loving, nurturing, right? You could even be someone who doesn't judge. You're not competitive. These are things that you're kind of like, you don't do this, whereas why you don't mess with people who do it, because it's like, if I don't do it, then you shouldn't do it. I also see that you may be kind of in your head a lot. I see this with the Hangman, Four of Swords, Seven of Swords. So either you're in your head a lot about these things, or these things are constantly happening to you. It's like kind of like you don't get a break with it, but you ultimately handle it in a very good way, right? Very caring way. People see that very powerful about you. And even if you have been through things, and I see that more than likely if you pick this, you didn't allow it to change who you were, or you didn't allow it to change you, or you don't really. Actually, I'm also seeing you as someone who really doesn't care what people think. Like, you could be a person that really doesn't. Maybe once upon a time you did, and now you just don't. You do your thing, and people really respect that about you. And you don't really step on toes. It's not whereas you're finna come in, you're gonna say, no, I'm here. Everyone bow down to me. You see, you're still offering that cup of love. You're still a loving person. Yet, you don't allow challenges, obstacles, competition, judgment, jealousy, envy to overrule who you truly are, right? Okay. We have life energy. The happy fairy of sunshine brings you lots of life-giving energy. She reminds you to shine your light and to reveal anything in the shadows that needs to be healed. So yeah, you're a very kind person. You try your best to, like, through all the bullshit, the trauma, the drama, to really turn the other cheek. Think about the different perspectives, and just add life energy to it. Just add positive energy to it. People see you as a very positive person. You have a lot of sacral chakra. You have some heart, and you have some throat. And even this card is all sacral chakra. So you try to be as balanced as possible. That's why you don't let these things get in between of what you're doing and what you really care about, right? You're a very wise person. So people see you as very wise, right? You have this wisdom about you. And this is more than likely why you are able to see through people's bullshit. Why you are able to decipher from right and wrong, what you should really partake in and what you shouldn't. It says, have you ever been told that you're wise beyond your years? Now's the time to call upon your inner fairy wisdom to help you with a challenge. Right? Find balance. Yes, people see you very balanced. And even optimistic. So fairy spotting is kind of my optimistic card. Fun person. Says it's time to go fairy spotting. It said that seeing is believing, but in fact, the opposite is true. Believing is seeing. Okay, so you guys sound like very courageous people. That is awesome. This is your pal number 3. People see you as very courageous. You don't take bullshit. You see through bullshit. Very wise, very intelligent. Pretty spiritual, religious, pretty in tune with your emotions, ready to offer emotions to the right people in the right situations, knowing forward is always one of the best movements that you can do, because you're not letting anybody or anything take you away from the thing that you really truly want. Pal 3, this is your pal. Thank you for watching. Okay, pal 4. We have the King of Cups, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. We have some air signs. We have just fire signs. And have some earth signs, right? Kind of like all the signs, dang near. Okay, so right off the bat, people see you as a very patient person, but not also that you're patient. You don't let anything anyone get in between of you and the things you want to accomplish. You don't let anyone or anything kind of like persuade you into thinking something lesser than yourself, or being less than you deserve, or receiving less than you deserve. The King of Cups is someone, they're a leader. So people see you as a leader, right? You are probably a natural leader. Very fiery. Really doesn't show their emotions. Kind of got this with heartbreak. You might even be a heartbreaker. People see that's what makes you powerful. You may be a player, a heartbreaker. Or if you went through this, right? But you are definitely some type of leader, some type of influencer, some type of person that has some type of power, authority, right? I see with this, you're not like the Knight of Swords. You're not really this is fast action, guys. You're not afraid to go or like move on from things that have hurt you. And maybe this has even caused you to not even express actually, I lied. You're not afraid to express the things that hurt you. You're not afraid to find creativity in your hurts. Actually, that's exactly what you do, which makes you more abundant in your mindset, in your fulfillment within yourself. You're a very abundant person within yourself, very passionate, very creative, very, very creative, right? You could even be a business owner. You could own something, be a manager of something, right? So you just really have this powerful energy about you, right? You also, I see you as a person who's been pretty patient. You're pretty patient with the things you care about, right? You're pretty patient with your dreams, your manifestations, because you know it takes time. It's not going to happen overnight, and you're willing to work for it, right? Also see you as someone who isn't afraid to speak up about things that bother them, or things that's getting in their way of their manifestations. So someone who doesn't allow anything to come before, in between their manifestations. Have believe in magic. Very optimistic person. Celebration. Yeah, so you're constantly in this positive mindset, constantly celebrating, right? Because why should you be sad when you have so much to look forward to, right? You believe in possibilities. You know that the things that you manifest will flourish. Going outside, this kind of goes with my celebration. You could be someone who goes out, parties. People like that about you, because not only are you a leader, you can kind of relax sometimes. Can relax sometimes, and it's actually very easy for people to talk to you. Messing up all the cards. Your last card is manifestation, and that's crazy, because like I said, the Magician is a manifester, right? And this tells me that not only are you a manifester, you got people watching you. You're doing a pretty good job of that at it, right? You know that these things take time. You could even be a fast-paced person, and whereas you feel something and you just gonna go towards it immediately. Or even you feel some type of hurt. Fuck it. Still gotta do what you gotta do. Right? Got a lot of water. Blue. Not a lot of water, a lot of blue. You're a very communicative person. People like that about you. People like how you can express your ideas. People like how you do express your ideas. People like how you express your thoughts. Right? You could be even pretty firm with your thoughts. Just make sure you're being careful with how you're expressing your thoughts. But overall, people see you as pretty balanced, pretty fiery, right? Very communicative, very communicative. People love that about you. People even see you as kind of magical, kind of mysterious, right? Very mysterious, but abundant. So, pile 4, this is your pile. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, pile. I'm tongue twisted today, guys. I'm sorry. Final pile 5, okay? Right off the bat, I see that people see that you are extremely, extremely strong. You are a very strong person, right? You don't allow anything that you're carrying, anything at home. People, you could even be dealing with a lot of things, but you do not allow it to stop your progress. You do not allow it to stop your shine, right? We have some sacral chakra, throat chakra, heart chakra going on, all in this. You are a very balanced person. You don't let anything stop you. You're a very giving person. You give and receive, right? You know how to give and receive, and this is right under that communication. So you know how to communicate those things that you need to get in to receive, right? People see you as very passionate, very creative, very creative. With this, look in a book. You could read a lot. You could be very smart. You could be someone who just takes adventures. Maybe one day you see, you're reading and you hear about something. You're like, oh my God, we gotta go there. Like, we gotta go there. I see that with the Fool. Like, you're not afraid to go and do your own thing. You're not afraid to go in places that you've never been before, right? Especially if you know you're about to get something out of it, or especially if you know that it's going to be an opportunity that benefits you and you can benefit it. You have pure intentions. People see you as a very, very, very pure person. Your